What made you want to get involved with veterans? I know we talked to you about on the phone with this, but to give your time, I mean, this literally, you guys come from Arizona, you've got an off day today, and you're giving your time to give back to a real great cause.
Yeah, I think, growing up, like I said, I've always told everybody I don't have any family in veteran or in the Army or anything. But watching, growing up in the outdoors, watching hunting, seeing, my idols from the guys at Realtree, here, their involvement with veterans, I was like, hey, if I ever get the opportunity, that's something that kind of touched home with me. So being able to support those guys, what they go through, when they're across seas, and then when they come back home, I think that was something important to me and my family. And Team Red, White, and Blue has been great to work with. Those guys do a great job of promoting that health and wellness, and just trying to be a small part in that. I think goes a long way.
That's awesome. It's Joe Hamilton, Georgia Tech Hall of Famer, and awesome
These
guy.
are like 8 Hall of Famers.
Brian Finneran and John Michaels here, Austin, and we appreciate you being here. Super excited about getting home, coming home with that series win in Arizona, which I think was huge. We talked about it earlier, like having a little momentum,
right,
especially after a little hiccup in Oakland. Come back at a good team in Arizona and be able to come back and face the Mets on a little bit with momentum.
Right, no doubt. It's this game's kind of funny. It's like you go to Oakland and you kind of expect to win the series, and then you don't. And then you go to Arizona, the best record in the National League, and you take the series. It's baseball's a funny game, and just to build that momentum. We felt like we've kind of been in a rut here last couple of weeks, but I think that's a good spark. Rosario was huge for us last night, right there in the ninth. Just a good way to spend an off day, and then looking forward to the Mets series.
Austin, what does momentum feel like as a player? I mean, you talk about offensively, defensively, you're winning a series, you're on a roll, you might be hitting well individually, but overall, what does momentum feel like?
I think it's, when things are going, not great, balls that you're barreling up, get caught. And guys are, from a pitching standpoint, guys are making, really good pitches, and they just, bleeders find holes. But I think when momentum's going great for you, it's the other way around. Everything's falling. Everything's, your defensive positioning is perfect. The guys' balls are hitting right at you. Just everything feels like it's just going your way. And I think, yesterday that was, a little bit about that. And I think that's how you try to build that.
When a mishap happens like, Ozuna happens, last night, is it one of those things that you pat your chest to your teammates? Do you expect him to say anything to you, or he just is understood that, my bad?
Explain it real quick. So last night, because a lot of people knew it,
my bad.
He hit a bomb. He hit it every bit of 410 feet, and he needed to hit it 412. And he watched it from home plate for a long time, and it was a long single as opposed to a stand-up double.
Right.
And ends up getting benched his next at bat getting pulled, I guess you could say.
Right out of the gate when he got first, you could see it on his face. He knew, and I think that's just one of those things where, in the moment, he thought he, was, helping the team out, and just, for me, I'm like, I always, try to run it out just because you just don't know, and you don't want to be in that spot. But I think you could tell he felt bad. He definitely felt bad. Was quiet after the game. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's water under the bridge now, moving forward, and he's swinging a hot bat right now. So, you definitely, for me, you want him in the lineup, but just something that I think he definitely understands.
Austin Riley joining us live here on the Fan 680 and 93.7 FM. Austin, the story behind Michael Soroka is one that Finn's been through many injuries when he played in the NFL, multiple knee injuries. I've actually torn both of my Achilles just being a weekend warrior. What was it like to get him back, seeing all the struggles he's went through to finally get back to the big league club?
It was great. I said it a couple years ago when it first happened. I said, if anybody can come back, it's Mike. Just his hard work, his effort, his determination. It was always there. He's always been that guy that's done everything the right way, grinded in the weight room. Was always about his health, nutrition, and to see him come back, just be on the mound in the big leagues is huge. There's going to be adjustments that he's going to have to overcome, and as a player, seeing what he's gone through, I expect it. He's not going to come back and just be it's going to take some time to get to where he was before the injury, and I think the players understand that. Hopefully, the fans can understand that and give him a little grace period of just getting back to his regular self.
We're here in the locker room, joined by Austin Riley, the Austin Riley inaugural golf tournament benefiting Team RWB. Sponsored by Realtree. Do a great job with that. I know you love hunting. We'll get into that in just a second. You were hunting for some balls to find some places early on in the season. I think you were bailing them up, but third base would snatch it out of the air, whatever was happening. How much does it help having a guy like Chipper Jones in there to kind of walk you through and help you through some of the, ups and downs of a season like in the Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Chipper Jones, a Hall of Famer, and anytime you can spend some time with a guy like him, it's I feel like it's only going to do you good. And just for me, I always tell guys, having Chipper in our clubhouse, it's the mental side of the game is what I've really leaned on to him for. It's just how to like you said, dissect those ebbs and flows of the game and try to figure out a game plan to attack a pitcher when things aren't going your way, because very rarely do we have our what we call our A swing. You're working with your B, C, D swing. It's just how can you form a plan to then go out there and give your best chance to perform, and having him in the clubhouse is nice from a mental side.
You like hunting, fishing guy as well, I would assume.
A little bit.
Okay, so if you're
more killing stuff, dude.
So if you're hunting, what are we hunting for? If you're Austin Riley in the off season,
I'm hunting deer.
Okay,
deer and a little bit of ducks.
So are we going to find you at a time like in a tree in a full camouflage outfit, or is deer? Okay.
Yeah. I'm definitely I'm in a tree stand with my bow and arrow, full camoed up. That's where for me, baseball, it's like it's so fast. It's it's every day. So I feel like getting out in the woods kind of lets me decompress, be on myself, and just enjoy the outdoors.
Any city slicker buddies on the team that you've introduced into hunting?
I told Ole Olson he was getting his first set of camo today with a hoodie, so we're gonna have to get him out in the woods at some point.
Now you can hit a baseball a mile. How far are you hitting a golf ball?
I'm hitting it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hitting it pretty good.
Did you get a chance to play in Arizona?
I did. Played Silverleaf, which is an unbelievable track. Actually got on with the Mizuno out there. Got on the track, man. I hit 204 ball speed, which I think DeChambeau's like 206. I think is top. So it wasn't straight, but it counted. So we're getting after it.
Well, we appreciate you having us out here. Thank you for everything you're doing for RWB, Team RWB, and just being a part of this. We know this isn't going to be the first, or it is the first, but it ain't going to be the last.
No doubt.
We hope to be out here every single year, and we thank you for everything you do in the community, and obviously what the Braves are doing. Braves Country loves you guys, and we appreciate that as well.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks.
Awesome.
A whole lot. That's Austin Riley, our guest here on The Fan, 680 and 93.7 FM.